Welcome back to HP Gaming, and today I want to talk about how I think that the Majora's Mask remake is closer than what we probably think it is. And of course, Majora's Mask has not been the remake has not been announced by any ways. In fact, we barely have any information on on the Ocarina of Time remake. But that being said, if we go by the history of Zelda Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, obviously Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask were both built in the same engine, and that's why Nintendo was able to get out a sequel pretty quickly whenever Ocarina of Time was originally released. So if we go back and look in North America specifically, it came out. Ocarina of Time came out November 23rd, 1998, and the release of Majora's Mask in North America on the N64 was October 26th, 2000. So less than 2 years later, but they got it out super quick. Obviously built in the same engine. They used a lot of the same assets as you know. There's characters that are in Ocarina of Time that are different characters in Majora's Mask, but use the same model, which I think is a pretty cool. I've always loved Majora's Mask, and to see how closely related to Ocarina of Time it is, just in terms of like its assets are pretty cool in my book. And then there is a little bit of a difference between the 3DS release. So the Ocarina of Time 3DS released in North America was June 19th, 2011, and the Majora's Mask did not come out until February 13th of 2015. So a little under 4 years for that difference. So a 2 year gap between the two differences. But we all know that Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. I mean, Majora's Mask is a sequel to Ocarina of Time, so it's going to use the same engine that Ocarina of Time was. So they're not going to have to rebuild an engine or change the graphical art style or something like that. Now they'll probably create new assets, I would imagine. Although I think it's kind of cool because like it's not really ever confirmed if Majora's Mask is like actually canon or not, or if it's just like a weird like dream sequence that Link went under, when he went to Termina and all that stuff. So we're not quite sure. So if they were to take character models from Ocarina of Time remake and then bring it into Majora's Mask, I think it would work. Now, hopefully, the storytelling is a little bit more concise, and we actually know, hey, this is actually a sequel to Ocarina of Time, or if they can say, hey, this is a dream sequence or something like that, similar to like Link's Awakening, that being like a dream sequence in that game. So yeah, I think we're closer than what people think. I've seen people speculate that we're getting this game in 2027, which I think is a little bit too close to Ocarina of Time. I think they do. I know Nintendo does like to have something Zelda related that comes out every single year. Um, so maybe it does. Maybe we are that close to a Majora's Mask remake, and that would be awesome. I absolutely love Majora's Mask. I don't think we're gonna get the next 3D Zelda, the next mainline open air 3D Zelda, until probably 2028. That would be 5 years since Tears of the Kingdom came out, and that was about the time that they needed to get the game out. Obviously, it took them 6 years with Tears of the Kingdom, but that final year was for polishing bugs and getting the frame rate to run well and stuff like that. And this being on the Switch too, and having more power under their hands, I don't foresee it taking that long to get the next 3D Zelda. So yeah, maybe Majora's Mask could be like the final stopgap until the next 3D Zelda. That would be really cool. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me? Disagree with me? Are we further away from Majora's Mask remake? Is it even going to happen? Because again, it hasn't been officially announced or anything like that. So yeah, let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe to the video if you can, and to the channel. That would be greatly appreciated. I'll see you guys in the next video.